what I really enjoyed is that I was very proud before I called with you guys yesterday about what became very apparent was a stupid idea about my cigar quiz, guess the cigar game. Not only did I immediately afterwards feel ashamed of myself, but when I told Missy your guys' reaction, she's like, "No, I heard their deafening silence on the speakerphone." And
I didn't think. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good idea.
No, it's not though. It's not a good idea. It's pretty shit.
This makes me happy. The humor in this.
Well, as soon as I saw LeBron smoking the cigar, I thought, oh, this would be so fun to I'll get a couple clues and I'll ask the guys. It didn't dawn on me that all of cigar Twitter and cigar Instagram would be all over it. And it would be
well, it was Uber sponsored by Drew Estate. So it's like he had 4 different Drew Estate cigars after. He had a Liga, an Undercrown. It
was a sponsorship. It wasn't a thing.
Come on.
Product placement for sure.
Are you serious? You don't think it's just LeBron would smoke what he wants to smoke?
No, he does.
It wasn't ironic that all 4 of them were Drew Estate.
Maybe he just likes, at least he wasn't smoking a Cuba or whatever. So
it's 5:01.
It is. We're a little bit after, but I was just getting everybody time to get in the chat, and then I thought we would launch. We were a little late getting ourselves going, and but before you guys launched into the show, I just wanted to state my piece about LeBron and the cigars and my stupid quiz idea.
Hey,
yeah, go ahead.
You have to have ideas. Ideas is what some will fly, some won't.
Some won't. Some will work. Some won't work. But before you guys launch the show, there's another thing I wanted to show you. Let's see if I can pull this up real quick, and then we'll get into the regular show. Is that I was digging through. Oh gosh, I was digging through the stats. Can you guys see that? Cool. Let me. So I was digging through the stats. Don't look at this. But I was looking at these are our top 5 states. We have 20 downloads. This is just for the podcast, mind you. This is does not take into account YouTube views or Facebook views. But we have podcast listeners in Virginia, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Illinois, California. They are our top 5 listeners. And yeah, but I'm sad that Ohio just 7. And here's what's even sadder about that, is that I download the episode every week just to listen to the audio and make sure everything sounded good. So I'm pretty sure that nobody is listening in Ohio. Because those downloads are all mine.
Oh, we got to send Zach the thing. Everybody in Ohio has to listen to enough of my shit anyways.
That's true.
Hey, by the way, is Zach in tonight or no?
I got to send him the link.
Yeah, we got to get him in. All right. Well, are you guys ready to start the show? All right, let's get it going. Let's get the show. Let's get some high energy.
1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots, 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots.
Welcome back. See ya, Brandon.
Welcome.
Get out of here. Get out of here, Brandon.
I forgot to take myself out of the feed.
You look so scared.
You know what?
Looked like he was so scared looking. He was like, oh.
Like he got caught. Like someone walked in and he was looking at some dirty stuff. Like
or more. Yeah.
You can catch me and I'd be like,
was that your face?
No, I'm like winking. I'm winking like, come on.
Oh, that was a wink. That was like a
wink.
Bring it on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, welcome back, Jeremy, to another week of 4 shots. the show that is kind of about nothing and kind of about everything about it at the same time.
We're like the Seinfeld version of a talk show.
Yes, basically. So we bring on different guests from all over the luxury goods business, whether it be music, cigars, whiskey, beer, wine, what have you. We have a guest every week. Jeremy will introduce him. We'll introduce him soon. We're quite honored to have him actually today. He's a very good friend of ours. So without further ado, well, I can talk about what we do on the show. So we do our fresh shit segment. We're going to talk about something that's crazy that's happened this week, or something that is new and fun, music, cars, coffee, whatever it may be. Then we're going to interview our guest. Then we're going to check in with Zach, and then we are going to follow that up with something called Shoot Your Shot, where we invite somebody that's watching to come on and interview our guest and or ask Jeremy and I any questions. But
it's time for a shot.
It's time for a shot. Before we do that, I just want to do a little housekeeping. If you guys could please share the stream, share it afterwards. We really appreciate it. That's how we're able to keep doing this. Additionally, you can find us on every streaming platform: Facebook, YouTube, Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you like to consume your media. So with that, again, please share. Oh, and Brandon, throw up the email. If you guys have any ideas for the show, or have any ideas for guests, or just want to tell us to fuck off, send us an email at 4shotshow@gmail.com. Brandon checks those, so we don't check them. So you guys can make fun of us. Brandon's never ever going to tell us. So that works, right? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So our first shot. Let's do it.
Yeah. So what are you drinking?
Tito's. You think it's never going to change? You know this.
Well, I'm changing it up today. I'm going. This is Black Butte whiskey. I'm going all Bend, Oregon today.
I wish I was. I don't have anything from Bend. I don't even have I don't have any Deschutes. I don't have any, Bend whiskeys.
Well, this was all purchased when I'm up there. You hear about all this stuff, but let's have a shot.
Well, cheers to Bend, Oregon. Hint, hint.
Yeah. No.
Shot number 1.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Why is the first one so difficult for me all the time?
You know why it's kind of difficult for me right now? Well, you know what I'd like to say is how funny it is. Last week before we started the show, you and I were like, I was like, dude, I'm not feeling the drinking today. And then it ended up being the heaviest night we've drank on this show.
12? I think 12 shots. Brandon, is that right? 12, 11, 12, something like that.
Yeah. It was more than enough. But it's like 90 plus degrees right here. And drinking hot whiskey, it's not my favorite.
Get a couple cubes, man.
Yeah, but how are you going to fit cubes in a baby glass?
So sometimes what I'll do is I'll have a rocks glass with a cube in it next to me, and I'll preemptively pour the drink, and then I'll pour from the glass into the shot glass and have myself a nice glass of chilled.
See, you're so smart. You are so smart.
See,
so with that, let's introduce our guest, and then we'll get into the fresh shit. So this is a dear friend of ours. When we talk about retailers, we will get to retailers, and we have relationships with all of them. But we have a few guys' accounts that you kind of consider home away from home. They run a fantastic business that's relatively new. It's only been a couple years, and it is the best place. It's a great shop. They're fantastic guys, but even more so than that, they're a very, very close friend of ours. So without further ado, we'd like to introduce the owner of Cigar Chapel, which is John Pugh. And I don't know if Cody, his right-hand man, is on screen as well, or if it's just John. But either way, welcome, John.
I think Cody. That's so good, Brandon. I think Cody's the salute.
Yeah. Hey, John, look what I'm drinking.
Nice. Good.
Memories. Tonight
Yeah.
is a Bend, Oregon night. So
it
my
was
beer,
so cold waiting in line for that. I think I lost a toe.
yeah. So I'm just going all like, because you have to have a chaser. So I'm going. Deschutes is my favorite brewery, and I'll tell you about how I got this bottle at some point. But let's salute and have a shot together.
Shot number 2.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Okay. Oh God. Oh God. So John,
How's it going?
this is our fresh shit segment. Brandon, throw it up there.
That is one big pile of shit.
I don't feel so good.
The mother rhino is giving birth.
Its wrapper is a piece of the original U.S. Constitution.
Coming out of me like lava.
At the rate you're carrying on, that's a small fortune going up in smoke. Well, I like smoke.
Well, you're really doing it, aren't you? You're just shitting in the street.
The drawing makes me laugh. Every week it makes me laugh. If I don't laugh all week, I know that. Yeah.
The whole thing. Oh, you're really doing it. You're really shitting on the street. Like that part, because like I did not enjoy that movie at all, except for that part and like 2 other parts. But I was like, those were because it was like the guy version. They were trying to like replicate the Hangover in my mind, and like it had some gem moments, but like overall, I thought it was weak sauce. Who says weak sauce? I do.
You do. I say
so welcome,
awesome
my
sauce.
friend. Awesome sauce works.
Yeah. So I guess with the fresh shit, I had a few things I was thinking of, but with the music industry and everything as it is, the death of Eddie Van Halen.
Oh yeah.
I concur, man. What that happened last Tuesday. Actually, like I mentioned it on the show because it's like there are not many rock gods left, you know, that are actually like that larger than life, you know, and Eddie Van Halen is the dude. Like,
yeah.
Who else is Eddie Van Halen? No one, you know. So even people that don't know music know like him, or they go, oh, I recognize that guy because of his like patent guitar he had with the red and the yellow, like all that kind of stuff. Hey, Maisha.
What's up?
So
did you see where I was reading an article where they interviewed him like back when he was first diagnosed with tongue cancer, and do you know what he attributed it to?
Yeah, I heard this.
He used metal picks. He used copper, and I think, and steel picks most of his life, and like his signature move was to do the finger tap, right? And he would always throw his pick in his mouth. And he said right where he would throw the pick in his mouth is the section on his tongue where he got the tongue cancer. So he's convinced. There's no doctor, like no one's ever studied whether or not guitar picks give you cancer, but that was his thought for like, you know, the 40 or so years that he's been performing and throwing the copper pick into his mouth, that's what causes tongue cancer.
So kids, don't eat copper.
Don't eat copper.
But what are you supposed to, if you finger tap, what are you supposed to do? Where are you supposed to put it?
Well,
chuck it out of the crowd.
Yeah, most people don't use metal picks. Like most people.
Well, yeah, that is true. Well,
like
I doubt
cellulite, right?
Well,
cellulite, is that what it is?
Is that any better for you?
I have I don't know if you ingest picks, which one's better for you.
What kind of pick do you use?
I use celluloid Fender picks. The cool thing is you can do cool tricks with them because if you light it on fire, it immediately goes up. So it's a cool
like
party
a
trick. Ball? Yeah, like so if you took it and like you were at a show and you lit it, you threw it into the crowd, it torches and it's disappeared before it hits the crowd.
Well, next time we're together, you're gonna have to throw flaming picks at me.
Done and done.
Done and done. Jeremy, what's your fresh shit?
So I was talking with some friends and I got recommended to watch the show Utopia. And so I went down that rabbit hole, and it is definitely a rabbit hole, but it was an enjoyable one. And man, that is one. I love John Cusack, and he's like kind of the nemesis, but slash, like, I'm not going to get into details with it, but if you want a mind fuck, like, it's a show worth checking out. And then I guess it's based on an English, like it was done prior, and this was like the American version, like they've done with so many different things. Like, but so I've yet to watch the English version, but now I'm going to watch it.
Is this like a new Netflix thing? Because I'm looking for something. It's
a series, and it's season 1 of it, and it's like, it seems so convoluted. Like, you're like, am I watching a sci-fi, a fantasy? And then you realize you're watching all of it, and it's this just like mess of a cool story. And like, yeah, so that was, I binge watched it. Amazon Prime, there you go. It's very, very cool. So it's turn it on tonight, Tony, when you're wanting to watch a movie, and just watch like 4 episodes.
Dude, every Tuesday night, it's a waste of me to even watch anything. I watch like Batman or the Avengers every Tuesday. It's like, because I need something that I've seen a million times.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe don't watch it tonight, but you'll like it.
I will watch it. I will. So my fresh shit is a couple things. The first thing is, this will be my last broadcast from my condo on Mercedes Place. I move on Monday. For those of you who have been listening to the show, you've been following my house journey since August 27th. And ironically, next week will be my first. It'll actually be my second night in the new cribbo. So maybe we'll have to do a tour or something. My next fresh shit is actually out of the news. And this is crazy to me. So this guy in Utah is running, and he stumbles upon what he thinks are like baby bobcats. And as it turns out, they're baby cougars, which it says mountain lion, but I looked it up and it was actually a cougar. And I'm very familiar with cougars, as I'm sure you guys are too. So I was instantly able to tell that this was a cougar. Anyway, so the guy like yeah, there he goes. So he stumbles upon this family of baby cougars in Utah, and he lets this cougar stalk him for 6 minutes.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
But you hear him yelling at it. He like growls at it. He's like,
when Tony showed this to me earlier, I made the comment that like, normally cougars are buying me Bloody Marys at a piano bar.
Dude, look at this thing.
And like, this is not the kind of cougar that I like.
Well, they come after me like this in bars. I'll tell you that.
Go. It's the chest.
Dude, watch this thing. Just watch this thing.
Go away, please go away.
Go away. I like how he asked it nicely too. Please.
But like, dude, he's on like this rocky trail, and I know John likes the outdoors, and we'll get there later. But I mean, I love animals. But like, I would like, why not throw a rock at it, or start throwing rocks at it, or at least throw a rock by it so that it maybe chases the rock. Because I know my cat personally, like, I can get it to not stalk me sometimes.
Listen, guys, I am dying laughing over here because I can't stop. Every time he's like, "You're okay, please go away." I can't help but see Tony being stalked in a bar. Tell somebody,
like, hey,
please go away, please, ma'am. I've had enough tonight.
Do you hear him growling?
I'm being scary.
I'm being scary.
Go away. Go away. Go away.
It doesn't.
Go get your babies. I'm not
the babies that
down,
he was messing with. But for the next, to make a long story short,
can you just tell Lady, I'm big and scary. Go back to your babies.
Yeah, I say that every Friday.
Mom was asking right there.
I like that this just keeps going too.
I know.
Dude, the guy walks backwards for 6 minutes.
I mean, I'd be walking back a lot faster. I'm just saying.
Holy no, go away.
When you see that cougar, that's the one.
No.
He's clapping.
No.
Look at that thing.
I want to make a meme.
Holy.
That's insane.
So so basically, I won't bore you with the rest of it, but for 6 minutes, this cougar continues to do the same thing that it does that whole video, and then eventually, like, it scares itself and runs away. So,
hey, by the way, I just got a text message from my dudes with boobs. That's what my little friend group is called. And they said, hey, you didn't shout us out for giving recognition for telling you about Utopia. So, girls, thank you. I'm shouting you out. It's dudes with boobs. That's my friends.
I'm assuming you're like friends that are women, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What? I assume so.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's some people that you're friends with that might have man boobs.
Well, that is very true as well, because that is not necessarily
last week we saw a couple man boobs.
Right?
Yes.
Right. All right. Fair enough.
All right. So Fresh Shit has been concluded successfully. Let's move on to our main topic. The perfect destination, which is Bend, Oregon, because of one man.
Woo!
John Pugh. But we always ask, before we do anything, we ask the question to our guest is, what is the first cigar, beer, wine, watch, anything that you consumed or bought that kind of made you have that sort of aha moment? Like, I get craft, I get artisanship, I get this business, I want to be in it for the rest of my life. What was that for you? What was that experience? It doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, I smoked a Padron, but like, what was the experience like for you?
Before I got into cigars, I used to be a scuba diver instructor. I spent a lot of time in the Caribbean. I remember the very first trip that I went to Bonaire, sitting on the plane with this cool dude. Ended up we're going to the same inclusive resort. He stopped at the airport and picked up a box of, they were Monty number 2s, and we went to the hotel, the resort, and we smoked those things till 4 o'clock in the morning. Just on the outside lanai, drinking, beautiful night, cool people. Just the first time that I ever had a really good quality cigar. I remember that.
Awesome. It's funny that, most of the people that we interview we are kind of like us, where we have very similar stories. It's not necessarily the cigar, it's the experience. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from our show, is it doesn't have to be, and I think the same with wine. It doesn't necessarily have to be the price tag on it or what it is. It's more or less the experience that you have with it. Let's do a shot. What do you guys think? And before we do, if you guys would, listening, please share our stream. We would really appreciate it. We're growing pretty well. People are starting to actually like some things we have to say. So please share it while it's live, share it after it's live, like it, and let your friends know about us. So whenever you guys are ready, I am prepared.
By the way, we'll do the shot and then I'll say.
Okay.
Shot number 3.
All right.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
So the one thing we totally forgot to mention is we got such a funny comment. What is that, on our Facebook? I don't know what that is.
You've never seen Facebook before.
Yeah.
I think it's YouTube.
Okay. So there's a comment by some anonymous Nikki Maria who said, "Good. I want for love from you," with 2 hearts. And so whoever you are, Nikki, we appreciate it. So What's up, Daily Ash?
So to add on to that, I also got a comment last Tuesday evening, and I won't mention who or show the post, but he was from Rio, and it said, "I like cigar smoking. I am blank. Please video you light the cigar smoking."
Ooh.
So I'm thinking we have an OnlyFans future here. That's all I'm saying.
So, guys, next week it's a paid subscription to see this show, and we'll do it topless and show you our feet and shake our butts. So enjoy this last episode of 4 Shots with Tony and Jeremy until we start making money.
I paid $2 for that.
I'm $2 richer. Done and done. Oh, that's so good.
So, John, what in the hell were you doing before Cigar Chapel? And how'd you so you were scuba diving. We got the first half, right? You were scuba diving, got into cigars.
Even awesome jobs get boring after a while. I settled down with my wife, had my first kid, and a friend of mine was the president of Specialty Cigars. And they needed a retail salesperson. And I managed that store for off and on, but mostly on for about 15 years. And I did the best I could with what I had. And luckily enough, over the last 3 years, 3 years ago, they decided to retire and they sold me the retail part. And I put all my little ideas together. Turns out they kind of worked.
I would say more than kind of.
Yeah. You know what I think would be a great little a segue and little story is how we all met.
Yes.
Because we were all three together in the birth of the relationship between Down and Back and John. But it was really because we were doing an event with our boy Tony, who is present, Broadway Cigars in Camas, Washington, who has been a supporter.
It was my birthday.
It was Tony's birthday.
I got a dragon. What was it? A dragon incense holder or something?
Yeah,
dragon. Yeah, it was amazing.
Little statue
it's somewhere around. Yeah, it was a little dragon.
And we were doing it. Tony's been a supporter of us since before day one, essentially. And if I understand correctly, John, he invited you, right, and told you about it, and you were interested in meeting us just to kind of see if there was some opportunity to work together or just know each other. And we were having the event and you showed up, and it was to celebrate Tony's birthday as well as do the first official La Barba event in Washington. And outside of Spokane, I think that's you hadn't, whatever. So we
Spokane
did that.
Doesn't count. I don't.
Yeah, it didn't count. So Tony kind of brought us together and you showed up, and then we were just laughing and having a fantastic conversation to each other. Oh, you like that? And then I followed up and went out and we saw it. And honestly, it was kind of like a racehorse, started and it went. And
look at that sexy man. Look at how sexy you are.
Oh, if you have not been to an event at John's store, you are missing out on life. And I mean that life, because his events are not cigar events. They are experiences, and we will get into it, but you will make memories, some of which you will remember, and some of them you will have to be told later.
Yeah.
But it's one of my very favorite places, not just because of Bend, but it's the event is one thing. The after party is where the real event is. And every time I've been up there, it's been the same case. It's such a fun. So shout out, let's do a shot for Tony, because Tony is the man who got us set up together.
Tony Broadway. We have to specify.
Yes.
Tony Broadway.
Tony, this is for you, my friend. Nice.
Ooh, Don Julio.
But this is for our man, Tony.
Shot number 4.
Salute.
Salute.
I always love that picture because my dad has like 3 bottles of champagne in front of him.
Right. Which is
par for the
it's
course.
like, yeah, with you, it would just be a liter of Tito's.
Yeah, he always makes fun of me.
Did you see what came out? I think it was last week.
The Jubel. I read about it because I get their updates, but I haven't seen it yet in the stores out here.
I just bought this today. I haven't tried it yet.
There it is, man. Tony just
It'll be
commented.
nice.
We love you, Tony. By the way,
if he sticks around, maybe he could be a contender for the future shot.
By the way, have you guys smoked the 7 horns from Illusione?
No, I got them in and then I sold them all.
Good Lord, they're delicious. Shout out to Dion and Brian and our friends. Like, it's fire. I'm just saying. Not literally, because yes, it is literally burning, but it's a fantastic cigar, and I'm glad to enjoy and support my friends.
I brought the Privé, the 2020 PCA Privé for my second stick.
Just for the record, everybody, we are not sponsored by Illusione cigars.
No,
it's a conspiracy.
It's an Illusione conspiracy.
Do you get it? You guys get it?
Conspiracy. Right. They don't drink the Kool-Aid.
John, why?
Yes.
Before, just a couple more questions before we go to our story time, because we have story time. But why Cigar Chapel? Was it Cigar Chapel before? Did you come up with that? And I think, what was the motivation behind that?
It wasn't. It was specialty cigars before, and a very large cigar company ended up purchasing that name with the other part of the company. So I had a clean slate to start with whatever I wanted. The one thing I noticed is that we had a real cool group of people. They're really unique. They're there's no way you're going to come into the shop and not have any of them say, hey, strike up a conversation. So we're a real cool group. And the other, he might be watching. His name's David Bassano. And he was sitting there talking, and he had this idea. And he had to kind of explain it to me that the chapel isn't just a church, but a gathering place of like-minded people. And that's definitely what we had, was a real cool gathering place of like-minded people who get along with a lot of other people. Just kind of took off.
Well, go ahead, Jeremy.
I was going to say, John's not going to talk himself up, so I'm going to do it, because there's an element, and I want to say this is very unique to our industry. There are very few places that are destinations, because we typically, like in the cigar realm, we go to our shop, our home shop, and that's where we go. We go to the events that yes, you're the cigar chaplain. That's what you just got named.
Yep.
And in the Pacific Northwest, there's a different kind of vibe and chemistry. It almost has more of like a Southern type of like hospitality type of feel, where you do feel the shops working together. Like Cody, who's kind of your right-hand man, often is at other shops, and you've gone to support, whether it be Sellwood, whether it be Broadway. You know, there's a kinship there that exists. But what I think has happened as a result is we've done events with you, and look, people will drive 10 minutes to see us. They're not driving 5 hours. So we know it's not because of us.
Definitely
so the events, I find it so interesting, because you'll get guys to drive 3+ hours from Portland to come out to events with John. John will drive 3 hours to go to support an event. People drive from Seattle to come in. And so I find it very interesting, because they have their shops, but when John puts something on, people just come together. And it's one of my favorite things about the shop is, like, you're actually asking the question, like, oh, where are you from? Where when you're in a typical shop, you're assuming if you're in Knoxville, they're from Knoxville or from in a 10-mile radius. So that conversation doesn't typically happen.
Oh, want kids help.
Yeah. And what I appreciate is just seeing the like diversity of like one not wanting to do the same thing that everybody's done. So like the events are very different. You know, I mean, if you've seen like the pictures they've done with Matt Booth and all these, like, there's just a very cool element about this shop because they kind of carved their own little niche. But what it's done is attracted consumers from all over, and they're kind of the only game in town within a 2-hour plus radius any direction. But what's interesting is that people come from farther, as if it was like a multi-vendor event. Like if you do Rocky Mountain Cigar Fest, you're going to get guys from all over the country. But they've kind of done that in the Pacific Northwest with just in stores. And I think that's something to be praised and admired, that like something's been built, whether it was intentional or not. And I think probably I'm guessing that it's probably not so much intended, but just a reflection of like the service and the type of shop you run that has attracted people to come from all over and makes us as manufacturers too love doing events with you, because it's just like, I have no idea what to expect except for the fact that we're going all night. That's all I know when I come to do an event with you, or even if it's just to come hang out with you. Like it's a weekend. It's not a one-night event. And Rob has done events. When Matt was working with us, he's done events. And then we finally, this past year, got to debut Tony. He was already being carried there, but we got to do the de-virgining of the flower with Tony.
Boy. And my flower was definitely taken.
And we took it to a level that had never been before. But that's what you get when Tony and I and John are together. And Cody. Cody's largely responsible for a lot of this until he Irish
Big
goodbye.
Sexy stepped into the room. Should we introduce him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Joe, we're going to keep your question. I'll remember that. Oh, boy. The myth.
Yes.
The legend. The legend.
Cody, man, I love you, man. Love you.
What's up, bitches?
Oh, so good. Dude, you just that is what you got going on. You got going on, my friend. I love it.
I feel like you should be my attorney.
Yeah. I feel like you should be like my collector. I want you to go to door to guys that owe me money and just be like, hey, bitch, give me money.
You work that in? Well, yeah, we can get that rolling. You got perfect plan.
You got plenty of time, right?
Plenty.
Yeah.
I just need people to owe me money, and then we can do it.
Well, why don't we start with breaking legs, and we'll get on to the owing money part.
Well, Cody, I mean, you know I'm from Youngstown, Ohio. I'm no stranger to this whole arrangement, right?
Oh, man.
So we were talking about, like, we have like this pre-show kind of discussion, Brandon, Jeremy, and I. We were talking about, all the things that make Cigar Chapel wonderful. And I mean, not only do you guys have people that are like dying to get to your shop, you also have manufacturers that are dying to get to your shop. Guys that, sell you cigars. And Juan is right. Cody, you need to let down a couple buttons on this show.
Yeah.
Relax a little bit. There's no reason to have it tight.
You're so uptight. You're so uptight, Cody.
I could get all Rob and I get my shirt unbuttoned. We were talking about man boobs earlier. I got man boobs.
Yes.
We could have a nipple flash here. It could be real hot.
It's only been 38 minutes. Usually it takes us about 50 or so to get people to take their shirts off on this show.
Well, it's all right. It's all right. I mean, I could probably find a ball gag too.
Well, just laying around. Well, let's do a shot because you're on. And
hey, by the way, I want to say something about Juan. So last week we finished up, right? And so we did our after party, and then I
got to be sober for this.
And then I went into Juan's live room, and this is something that I will take credit for. Correct me if I'm wrong, Juan, because I know you're here. But within 5 minutes of being on his platform, and there must have been 15 people in there, we were all shirtless. It was amazing. I was like, let's get this done. Let's do this. And you're a bro with someone when it's like, I'm in. And then all of a sudden, like, all these people are like, well, I'm in. And then I'm looking at the screen of all these people, and they're all shirtless. And I was like, my man, this is the industry that I love. We are nudists at heart. True story, right? True story, my friend. So
cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Shot number 5.
Okay.
This guy's participating in Sober October. Have you heard of that before?
No.
I'm imagining he's probably
Did Rob make that up?
November also.
No, not November.
See, it'll be perfect.
Oh my God.
Tony's getting wet just thinking about it. Jeremy's
Tony?
playing with himself out of frame.
Yeah.
Me, Tony, I'm definitely getting wet, but Broadway Tony, we'll have to see.
Well, maybe Tony's there too. I have no idea.
Cody, you know my favorite thing about you is the Irish goodbye, because like I respect guys because that's how I roll. And I love how like anytime we have been out, it's like you're walking and it's better than I do it. And I've gotten pretty good at it. I'm older than you and have more experience, but you have perfected the art of disappearing. No goodbyes, no anything, just like I'm done. And you find your way.
I've realized that at a certain point in the night, it transitions to felonious acts. And,
which we have plenty of.
You know, I roll around with a wad of cash most of the time in my pocket when we go out just to make bail. But like the last time we went out, you know, I think that we were probably going to be rolling at about 30, 40 grand to make bail for all of us. So I had to go.
Brandon, do you have the pants off
be able
video?
to sustain the funds to get all you fucking assholes out of jail.
Well, actually, ironically enough, our lovely and famous producer Brandon received some very secret video evidence of our evening out.
Well, are you
realize they're hired to guard the 10th
Jeremy.
No. There's a security guard right there.
Oh.
That's why I did it.
But
sir, we're not doing anything to
I've never seen you pull up pants.
Joey,
Shut up. I've never seen pants pull up.
No.
You know,
guys, as long as we don't do anything to fuck with the
Bastard. I love Bastard. I love Jews.
No. Guys.
Hey.
What?
Guys.
What are you doing?
You like how we pulled that up real quick?
Oh, dude, you're all, I'm all security. You're all, what? No, you're not.
My brain's up. Can't see my penis. We're good.
Okay.
That's why you bring bail money when you're that's one of a couple reasons why.
Yeah. Well, you know what? This actually poses, I think, a great question to a segue into the downward spiral of good, wholesome memories. And like from your events, this is to John and Cody and to Tony too. We'll do a round table on this, but for you. And what in the event, like, cause you've had some kind of legendary events in my mind. What event memory has been something that like really sticks with you as far as, you know, you did an event at your shop and then X, Y, and Z happened. So like, this is to kind of showcase, I think, to the world, what can they expect, you know, and just share a memory, whatever. Not that it has to do with Tony or I, because you guys have done many other events well outside of us, but like, what's the event or experience that like stands out to you as like, oh, that night like goes down in the books?
Well,
so
lay it on us.
Let's get honest. No one's listening, guys. We're good.
Right. Well, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
This is a circle of trust.
Okay. Well, for me, I think one of the most memorable experiences was right before my Irish goodbye on the night of Grand Theft Auto. Well, somebody better talk about Grand Theft Auto, but we'll go back to that.
We may or may not have it.
Hotwire it. Yeah!
We're gonna
bombs
give.
with the
We will
special
give
meeting.
explanation to that later. Go ahead, Tom.
Yes.
Cody.
So I think it was at Corey's Bar downtown. We have a customer who is a little bit mentally disabled, and I guess we fed him Irish car bombs and smoked cigars on a back patio until he pissed himself.
We did that?
Pissed all over the patio, and then shit all over the courtyard.
Yeah, and he passed out.
Right,
And sat
and he
there.
was at the event the next day.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Was that after the weird hotel we were in with the weird rooms where Jeremy
no.
tried to go swimming?
That was the next day, I think.
That was the next day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where Jeremy drew Kermit the Frog with the 10-foot cock.
Oh yes. Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys know what Ben's about.
Yeah. We weren't talking about Jeremy and the rest of the cock, but we'll save that for private.
No, we were definitely not talking about me. 10 centimeters, my friend.
So best
Anyhow.
event. We're on the best event thing. Best event, best memory you've ever had from the shops, both of you.
I think it's probably going to have to be a different event, and it wasn't quite as the picture he just painted, but it would probably be the last Matt Booth event we had when the dude showed up and he said that he flew here from Australia to attend.
What?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
He was already planning to come to America, but when he heard of this date, it was his only event this year at our shop. He changed all his flights, all his plans, and he got his ass to Bend, Oregon, so he could shake Matt Booth's hand.
Get out of here.
Hey, you know what?
Let's do a shot. Let's do a shot for that. We have to do a shot.
Shot for that.
That's real.
Shot number 6.
I missed.
Dude,
yeah, that's all right.
I live 30 minutes from my mom.
Here. Okay.
I live 30 minutes from my mom, and she won't come down to see me. I mean, for a dude, because it's me. But, like, for a guy to drive.
But I'm on your phone. Send your mom down.
No. 30 minutes from me.
Oh.
She won't come see me, and I'm only a 30-minute drive. And, yeah, it's crazy. Well, that's pretty amazing. All right.
And that's a testament, man. I mean, you need, I guarantee you hold the record for the longest traveled event person in the history of cigar events.
Yeah, Australia. That's a long ways away. Blew me away.
Was it Trent Furman by any chance?
No.
Okay. Because he's a rad dude. Jeremy and I were thinking about asking him on one day. If you haven't met Trent Furman, he's an awesome guy. Hopefully he listens to this and wants to come on the show. Because
actually, you know what? I'm gonna hit him up and tell him that he should listen to it if he doesn't know, because he is.
Well, if he was on the show, Jeremy and I were talking. He's our Australian distributor, and if he was on the show, it would be like 10 a.m. his time. So we're trying to get him real fucked up at like 10 in the morning Australia time.
Day drinking.
So, Tony, can you encapsulate like the events you've done? Give me yours.
My best memory event-wise for Havana House or for La Barba Cigars?
No, for what? You know what? Because it's not about our brands. I would say whatever.
Oh man, my action, and I'm not bullshitting. We've done some crazy ass events at Havana House, but my favorite, and people ask me all the time, like, "Where's your favorite place to go?" And it is honestly Bend. And I'm not bullshitting you. Like you think I'm bullshitting you. I'm not. But we were going to do, before this COVID shit happened, we were going to do the float down the river thing. Like these guys in Bend have so much cool shit going on all the time. And when we went out there, we went to and what's the name of the place that has all the different like concepts of like hotel bar things?
McMinimans.
Oh,
McMinimans. Now this
Yeah,
is a place where
O'Kane's.
everybody comes and sits around. It was kind of almost getting cold outside. Everybody comes and sits around a fire. They have craft beer, craft spirits, craft
Oh,
whiskey.
you got that gay fucking puffy coat while you were here.
I
remember.
have it. It's right there. I have my big puffy coat because it was kind of cold, and I thought that I was a man because I'm from Youngstown, but I'm obviously not a man. So
It was a nice jacket.
It still is a nice jacket.
What?
Yeah.
Leave it alone. I can get the puffy coat, Brandon, but we have a show to do. So, but my favorite memory was, and it really upsets me that it's so far away, but having you guys support our products seriously, and then support us in the meantime, because we need a lot of support when we're anywhere. And I'm saying that as like we need like literally probably held up, like support crutches. But Bend is such a cool town, and that's what I was telling Brandon, when we were having the conversation, is like, not only is Bend a cool town, as you guys have made it a cool town, and everybody kind of says when I talk to them, like, what's up with Bend? And I'm like, it's literally one of the greatest towns I've ever been to. And obviously we have a lot of fun, and we've gotten into a lot of trouble. There's more videos that I have that could get us into more trouble, but I won't share them.
Thank you.
No one wants to see my penis.
Point is, I have seen your penis many times. Point is we're getting close to, shoot your shot and some stuff like that. But I want to say thank you guys for being the destination and for getting us out there and for meeting us. And if you guys don't know Cigar Chapel, look them up, find them, find John. And he probably wouldn't be that mad if I put his cell phone up on this podcast, because like 15 people will call you and ask you for cigars.
I mean, we won't. But
I actually have a very good idea for that, but we'll talk about that later. But I really want to thank you guys for being there for us and being our West Coast posse.
Awesome. Then I guess I will kind of wrap the last of the memories, and then we can bring Zach in and see if his mic works.
Absolutely.
So for me, it's twofold, because when I think of the best event or the most unique, it obviously is the night that we're going to showcase and talk a little bit about. And it was in Bend, Oregon. What I love is that Tony and I were driving on the road one day. I forget where we were. We were in the Midwest somewhere, and I was like,
I'm going to get my coat.
Yeah, and he was like, I haven't done an event at Bend yet. And it was right before the trade show. And I was like, hold on, let me call John. I called, you picked up, and I was like, hey, Tony wants to do an event with you because we haven't done one. And you're like, yeah, cool, let's do it. And it was like that simple. It had nothing to do with, is it a financial move, or do I have to commit X amount of dollars or anything? It was like, you're in. And there was like, Tony, what I'm saying is, like, when you and I were together and you said you hadn't done an event at Cigar Chapel, and I was like, well, we need to remedy that. And I called John, and John was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. He's like, I don't have this month available, but I have next month. You want to do it? And I was like, done. And I turned to Tony, and I remember Tony going to me like, did you just set up an event like that? Like, there was no talk of like event order or like anything of that nature. And I was like, no, you don't get it. And he does get it, because they were already supporting you and carrying your product. But it was like, no, they support us. And of course they'd want you out, because like you're the last piece to the puzzle that hasn't been presented for the Cigar Chapel. And that event went so off the rails. So here's what I love. We cruise in and we plan to be there for the weekend. It's not a one-night event, like I said, when we do something with the chapel. And so We party with them night one. Cool. Second night, Tony and I decide to go see some snowy hills. And like, so we get some recommendations. We go on some
Mount Bachelor. We had to go to the top of Mount Bachelor.
Yeah. And so we show up an hour late to the event because we're like just being so kind of cavalier with it. Like, oh no, it's fine. It's fine. By the time we get to the shop, yeah, they've already sold, and the event aspect of it of selling is done. And now it's just pure enjoyment time. And now we shouldn't have shown up an hour late. But the fact that like it didn't wait for us, guys purchased, they bought, and they hung out. And then it was like the entire night, there wasn't a, let me tell you my wrapper, binder, and filler of this cigar. It was pure enjoyment with people. And there's something that was like very special about that night because even though we fucked up and were late to the event, which I'm not promoting, what ended up happening,
yourselves. That's what I'm promoting.
We had a fantastic time. And so then it's like when we get done, it's like, let's go to the bar. And I'm like, line them up. We got 10 dudes. And then it turns from 10 to 9 to 8 to 7 as they all fall off. As the night gets progressively, I'm not going to say worse. I'm going to say better. But like, you know, people have responsibilities. But Tony and I are like, we're in for this. And that night was such, you know, a fun, off the rails, just like full throttle forward. We never stopped. We never said no. I threw up that night. Tony was patting my back on the hotel balcony.
Oh yeah, I just remember that right now, right off the balcony.
Because
you ate all kinds of rice or something that night.
No, yeah, but I had decided at some point because I'm in Oregon, it was a good idea to smoke weed, which I'm a lightweight and
so
don't. And I had been drinking heavily, and they don't mix well. So I was like in the Uber like this. And we got to my room or our room to like have a nightcap.
I held your hair back.
You did. You like held my hair gap, and I was like, "I love you, Tony." And like, it was like, but that's the like beauty of this. It's not that like we got so fucked up. It's like the beauty of like that entire night was an experience, and it's what I talk about.
You know it, Brandon.
Right? It's everything I talk about. What I love about the industry is the community aspect of it, right? The fellowship with people, the church. Let's go to church, man. Let's be of the same mind and like smoke cigars and just let's let the night dictate what happens to us. And on that, I think we should talk about that night for a second.
What else do you want to talk about? I think we've accomplished most of it.
Are we going to go down the Grand Theft Auto road or give some context? How about all the great food you ate?
It's getting a little.
We had a food competition.
We had a food competition.
Yeah,
it is getting a little warm in here. I
right.
gotta take off my.
Take
it's not
your fancy
Patagonia. $5 a month. $5 a month for me to take off my jacket.
Hey, best tuna fish sandwich in Bend, Oregon. I don't know. There's this deli that I love there.
Tuna fish. Flankers.
Yep. Flankers.
Shout out
best
Flankers
tuna fish
in Bend,
sandwich.
Oregon, downtown.
Oh, so good. It'll change
coffee.
your life.
We're opening this up while you're talking.
And Thump Coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, so coffee.
Like so basically in a nutshell.
Let's do a shot.
Basically in a nutshell. Well, I'll just say it after we do the shot.
Shot number 2.
That's my favorite.
Shot number 4.
We've only done 2.
7. No, we're on 7. I got to catch up.
Yeah, they only go to 4, so we have to keep repeating. Cheers, guys.
John, if you get a chance, film yourself in like a 2-second video doing something extremely crazy and send it to Brandon, and he will include it into our like shot 5 scenario.
I was just thinking of that right before you said it, is that if anybody in the chat, any of our fans listening across the world, even international, If you want to be, because here's the thing, I want to make bumpers. This is the last week that our shots end at 6. I got to make shots 7 and 8 this week because we're just getting crazy.
Well,
So,
I
was just gonna say, anybody listening, if you want to be the bumper for shot 7 or 8, you need to make a short video, like 5 seconds, and then you need to email us the link at 4shotshow@gmail.com, and then I will take it off the internet, and you will be bumper 7 or 8.
Oh man,
you'll be
how
the
excited!
You'll be the face. So I need to see some good stuff.
John,
this could be amazing. I think that going into season 2, whenever that rolls around, we may have to wipe all of the bumpers and get all new bumpers put in with people sending them in. But if you want to do it, if you want to be shot 7 or shot 8, send us the link, 4shotshow@gmail.com, and that'll be happening next week.
So John, I'd love to see you take a little video of Cody doing like twerking.
The truffle shuffle. Have him do that.
No, not the truffle. The truffle shuffle is too cliche.
Oh, the truffle shuffle. I'm game.
Cody, whatever you're willing to do in that magnificent outfit of yours, that needs to be a bumper.
Yeah. So I brought out my limited edition Steve Saka butt plug. I'm getting a little wet. Jeremy's here, and I got this finely crafted piece of shit from Dunbarton Cigars, and I really like how its head perfectly fits up my asshole.
This is why we love you.
I don't know if YouTube's policies forbid a little bit of light hardcore porn, but I'm game.
Well, Cody, I think we've long since foregone any sort of monetary compensation.
Right, yeah. We're good.
Okay, so the plug for Dunbarton might pay for all this.
I'll get in touch.
Yeah.
Do we know more stories about this?
Yeah, it's hot sauce made from a guy.
Awesome. This is great.
Yeah, the story was like, can we have a paycheck? And Rob was like, nah, we're going to make hot sauce. That's the story.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm like, dude,
that's the story.
How about that bonus we were talking about? Sorry, dude, I made long hot sauce.
Yeah, same with Lost and Found. Like, hey, man, like, are we going to get paid this year? Nah, I'm going to make hot sauce. That's the story.
No, so some guy out of Miami who's an award-winning who makes hot sauce, Rob hit him up and talked about doing a custom line for us, like a contract blend, so to speak. So that's where that's coming from. And that will, like, we've been sending it out, but it will be readily available at some point. But enough of the business aspect. I haven't even tried it yet. And
it's super good. Dude, it's super good. I was just busting balls.
He's drinking it by the shot.
Well, you should do 7
stuff. The garlic's a little chunky. I love it on eggs. I'm afraid of the ghost pepper, but
don't be because I don't like hot stuff. The ghost pepper's like it's just a little bit like you understand the heat, but it's not like eating a ghost pepper. Like it's in there.
All right.
I don't really like hot stuff. So give yourself like a little finger of it.
Well,
if we cut and paste this, just give yourself a little finger
of it. You just drank my bottle. You know,
yeah, Brandon,
send me another bottle. How's
are
the
you
doing, by the way? I was really worried.
Are you making sure that No Nut November is happening because you're just chugging hot sauce?
Well,
because it's going to be burnout November, like.
Well, it could definitely be like skid mark November.
Right, exactly.
No, it's going to be like skid mark Wednesday.
Yeah. No, it's going to be. Yeah. I had no pun to throw out right there.
I can tell you, it's got lots of garlic. I'm impressed. Maybe Bloody Marys out of that would be a new line.
Ooh, a Bloody Mary with that. That's good.
So on that, we have I know we have should we check in with Zach?
Yeah, let's check in with Zach and do a shot.
And then we also have who we're bringing on tonight, which is super amazing because we were talking about him earlier.
Let's check in with Zach and go to our guest. What do you boys think?
Does my mic work?
Yes,
Hey,
it
that's
does.
working.
Yes, 15
Fucking
weeks,
amazing.
and welcome to the show.
Well,
Wait,
thank
wait.
you.
Where are you?
I am luckily at Stogie's World Class Cigars in Houston.
Is Jorge around by any chance?
Yeah, so you got Jonathan.
My man. What's
And
up,
then,
Jonathan?
Jorge disappeared.
Where's Jenny?
They're up front manning the store.
I don't like that.
Tell him to
You should
forget
tell him
that.
to be in the show.
they don't
Jonathan, go get him into the show.
You want to go get Jorge and Jenny?
Go
Awesome.
do your job. I love that. And Zach
Well,
disappeared.
I'm gonna go.
Oh.
No, I disappeared because I'm going to go.
Oh, now you're going to go up there.
So he is in a fantastic shop in Houston, Stogie's World Class Cigars. And they're probably not going to appreciate this, but we're going to put them on the spot.
I seem to have lost both of them, so you have Jenny right here.
Hey,
Walking
Jenny.
away from you.
Jenny, get on the show.
That's a really hot ceiling.
Oh,
It's
you
a-
bring
I like
it up
that.
now.
I'm going to use that on my next door. Okay.
Okay, there you go. You're
Yeah,
back.
that's what happens when I get too far away from the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, guys.
Sick in my
I'll have to wait for her to come here.
All right, no problem. By the way, if you're in Houston, go to that shop. Great guys and ladies. And yeah.
Texas has been super awesome.
So Zach's been
So-
touring Texas. So if you guys are in Texas and you happen to be in Houston, Stogie's is definitely the spot.
Yep. So go see Jonathan and Zach. They're both our dudes. And
Oh, here's Jorge right now, dude.
Oh, please, God. Hey!
How you guys
So
doing?
you got Tony. and
good, man. How are you, Jorge?
What's up, brother?
How you guys doing?
He
You're
says,
live
good,
on our
man.
show.
Sorry if you can't hear him.
Yeah, he's got the headphones on.
Yeah.
We can hear
Jeremy,
you.
looking
We can
good.
hear him.
Tony, Texas always.
Ah, man, you look good.
It's good to
You
see
look real
guys.
good.
We miss you.
He says he
Miss
misses
We
you
miss
as
you.
well.
Yeah, come by
We
and
miss
visit,
you.
please.
They miss you guys
Soon.
too.
Soon.
All right, you guys take care.
Let's
Hey,
take
finally
a shot
the,
for
check-in.
Jorge.
Finally, the check-in was worth it, right, guys?
Oh, more hot sauce.
Yeah, now
Probably-
you're back on the road.
Probably the first time.
Maybe.
Cheers, bitches.
Shot number 3.
Wait.
I love that it goes backwards. That's my favorite. I don't think we should change this, Brandon. Like, it makes it all the better.
Zach.
You don't want me to add more bump. I feel like we need it. We gotta. It's destroying my like self-worth that we just keep repeating it. I can't stand it.
Zach, while
Maybe-
you're at the shop, get Jorge if you can. Tell him it's for Jeremy and I, Jorge and Jenny, to do something weird for like 3 seconds, and then like video it
Record it.
sideways.
Twerk.
And-
I want to see him twerk.
Twerk. Yeah, we want twerking.
I
And
don't know if
then
I'm on that level with them yet.
Hey, guess
Well-
what? I'll text them, Zach, and so will Tony. So we'll try to make it happen so you can get it on video.
Yep.
That's amazing.
And then you two, John and Cody, we expect something very good for a shot bumper.
Also, can I
I'm-
throw out the shameless plug that Tony and I are doing an event next week, next Friday, at
Yes, you can.
Governor's in Ohio. So if anybody is around the area, come see us for coffee and cigars. Maybe.
Yes, you can. You can throw that plug out, definitely. I will be on the road next weekend with Zach, shamelessly promoting my products.
We're away from Houston.
All right.
No, we're going to be in Ohio for that. That might be further away.
So I just wanted to say I've been working with Tony Monahan for the last about 5-10 minutes here, trying to get him on. He has diligently been trying to work the link, and he is having some trouble. it's not functioning for him. But he wanted to come on the
Love you,
show.
Tony. Fat
Yeah,
fingers.
I told him that
Gotta use your
that you
little
guys
digits.
would
Little
love to have
digits,
him
Tony.
on. He's using, he says, a Samsung 20. I don't know what that is, but the link is not working for him. So I don't know if we're going to have Tony on, but if he pops up into the waiting room, we'll bring him on. But maybe we could. I
see someone pop in. Device connected.
It's working.
No, we're all smoking Cohibas, Tony.
We're crossing our fingers.
Could you recommend anything for the end of the night?
I'm going to missile lock.
Count them down. Something big, bold.
I got him locked.
An Italian classic.
Shoot your shot.
There he is.
What's up, Tony? How are you, buddy?
Cigar!
This is the man, the myth, the legend that has orchestrated so much that none of you realize.
Oh yeah.
From Camus.
It's Camus.
Watching. Okay, Camus. My bad.
It's all good.
I'm sure.
I love that shirt. Did they make them for men?
Oh, that's so good. You know, a lot of people in Ohio call it Willamette Valley. Or no, they call it Willamette.
Willamette. It's Willamette.
Oh, Willamette.
So when I was there, they said it's Willamette, goddammit. That's what they told me.
Oh, that's so good. So what's up, Tony? How's
Sitting
it going?
back, selling cigars, getting ready for, we're doing the Lost and Found 1 event tomorrow.
What?
Nice.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
It's the 9/11 first responders fundraiser cigar. Boom. There it is.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So we're taking our proceeds as well as everybody else's, and we're giving them sending them our proceeds as well. So all the money goes.
That's
Well,
awesome, man.
It's
Nice.
a good stuff.
Good job, Tony.
Yeah.
No, that's rad, man. That's
There's
very
a lo-
cool.
There's a lot of Tonys on this podcast right now, by the way.
Yeah.
There's
Half of-
only
half of
two.
us. Well, half
No,
of us.
there's 3 of us who are not. It's not
Yeah.
half.
I'm not a Tony.
You should
Fred. Nice to meet you. We got a Fred.
Yeah.
be. So, Tony, were you around for our initial discussion about how we all met and our first?
I was.
So what?
It was,
So what were your impressions?
you know,
Let's talk about that story.
It was great. You're way shorter than I thought you would be.
Naturally,
You
most
come
people
off
think I'm 6'7", but I'm really 5'7".
5'2".
It's like a tuna can, right? Super wide, but like, petite.
Yeah. No, it's good.
I think they call that showed.
Yeah. Love the cigars. Ricochet is killing it. So keep it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. How? I have a question. Yes, sir.
I got nothing.
Okay. Well, I have a question for all 3 of you guys, minus Jeremy and myself. So, what's going on out there with COVID, and how are you guys coping with it, and what's going on?
It's up here. It's we had a good summer, I think. It didn't kick off until probably the first week in June. Before that, it was ugly. Our governor, I think both of us, our governors are following whatever Gavin Newsom does. So it's been a struggle. I had to go to Walmart to buy groceries to put them on the shelf. in order to open.
Oh, so you had to be like a general store? Is that what?
I was calling myself a bodega because it sounds cool.
It does. It's a very exotic language. Yeah,
it is.
But no, I think we had a pretty good summer. We still did Cigar Fest Northwest. We had to scale it way back, but it was awesome. It was a show. We called it a protest just in case, because when you're near Portland, Oregon, you can do a protest for anything.
Right.
So
100 days and counting.
That's over 100 days. It's terrible. So, but yeah, it's business. We're starting in the decline. We're starting to have shortages of cigars. This blind man's bluff shortage is BS.
FYI, we just got in last week a full shipment.
FYI, that's Caldwell's fault, not mine.
Yeah, I smoke 3
No,
a day.
that's actually Honduras's fault.
Yeah,
but they're everything back ordered is being fulfilled. So, my friend, you will not be without.
All right, I appreciate it because I'm going through withdrawals. I'm getting sensitive.
Oh God!
All right,
You know,
let John
this-
talk. I don't need to talk.
Oh, should I?
No, if I may say, this group right here, though, like if I was to talk about, and yes, I'm singling out the U.S. and outside of Smokers Abbey, this community right here, these 4 guys, are some of my favorite people in this industry. So, like,
What about the 5th guy?
You got to get out more.
5, I do, but you know what? I don't want to go out anymore. I'm good with who I know.
Yeah,
I'm
you're down there in
totally good with
California wearing your fucking tinfoil hat.
That's
and
right.
Locked in your fucking garage for 7 months.
Not an untrue statement, my friend, that I've been locked in my garage for the past 7 months. But
I would
I
like
know
to do a PSA while I have everybody here.
Okay, do it.
The time is 6:17 p.m. Pacific time, and Kate Brown is still a cunt. And I just wanted to pass that on.
Well, thank you for your political rant, and I go for it, man. I could care less.
Was
do
that
it.
Tim Moore?
Right. Was that? Oh, yes. You have to, Nate. Yes, you got to put on puffs. You got to put on your mask between puffs. That's how weird we are. That is a fair statement. But no, I just wanted to say, as far as like, it's funny because I worked with a prior company. Tony and I were about to do business, and then it kind of went a little bit sideways.
Which Tony? You have to specify the Tonys.
Well, do I do business with you? I mean, you're the manufacturer.
Not
Come on,
that
let's
Tony,
be obvious
that
here.
Tony.
Tony Monahan. And the funny thing is when Rob and I visited him, we had a cigar with no band. We had a picture of the band, and we had a picture of the cigar box. And we're like, do you want to buy our stuff? And Tony was the very first guy in Washington, or I would say more so the Pacific Northwest, that was like, I'm in. And the thing is Tony doesn't have the biggest store in the Pacific Northwest, but he has been the biggest champion for our brand since day one. So I want to thank you for that, because that means a shit ton to me. You have helped feed my family as well as Tony, and you brought John to the table, and you've done a lot for us. So I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no worries. I love the brand.
So, yeah.
And I agree, Tony, man. I mean, like, for me, I didn't, I was trying to get out there, and I was really scared to go out and like see a lot of people. It's kind of an intimidating thing. And then you guys did an event with us, just like as a long shot, like maybe this will stick or whatever. And you gave me support when nobody else did, and you're kind of like notorious for that, like you give guys you like a shot and cigars you like a shot, and I appreciate that. And it was the first time I was really out on the road when I came and saw you, and I was very scared, very intimidated. Things are a lot different now, but I do really appreciate that. So thank you both.
No, it was good. It was good. It was your birthday. It was like a week and a half after we sold. We did like a $20,000 event, and then we turn around and do another 6,000 in La Barba. So it's a great brand. You carry a great product. People love you guys. Like I say all the time, Jeremy's twice the sales guy as Robert. But
wait.
No,
What was that? What was that? Let me hear one.
You're like twice the sales guy as Robert.
Brandon, make sure you record
sending
that
it.
so we can.
It's recorded because it's live.
Everything is recorded. Everything's being recorded.
But
Right now.
hold on. That I'm gonna record that, and tomorrow in our weekly sales meeting, I'm gonna play that clip for Rob and be like,
over and over and over.
Well, Robert just wants to hang out and talk.
Right.
You know you're selling. So, but no, I want to do a shout out to Cigar Chapel and all those guys down there. They are amazing. Nothing but respect for those guys down there and all that they do, and just appreciate John and you guys are amazing. And I just want to thank you guys. The hospitality, if you ever get to Bend, you gotta go there. And I tell all of my customers that you gotta go to Cigar Chapel and check those guys out because they are so much fun.
And Tony, just send me those drunk pictures of Jeremy you were texting me about, so I can slip them in sometime.
I will. I've also got a drunk one of him on a kid's bike after a big cigar event.
"Oh, your first
Cigar Fest.
Cigar Fest."
Yeah.
And yeah, that was an amazing night. I mean, what I remember of it, it was an amazing night.
So, boys, let's wrap up the show and get to the after party so we can really get stupid. Let's do one more shot.
I'm down. This fucking hot sauce, I'm on it. It's number 9.
This one is for Tony.
This is for Tony.
This is for
Monahan.
Tony at Broadway Cigars. Tony, give it before we do the shot, Brandon. Before we play the thing, Tony, where do we find you? How do we get in touch with you? Let's talk about it.
Nah.
Okay.
Let's talk about Cigar Chapel.
Beautiful.
Cigar Chapel.
Broadway Cigar.
To friends.
Shot number 3.
We've only done 3 shots this show.
No, it says 9.
Wow, that's
You're
weird.
drinking too much. You're going blind.
That's masturbating.
I love these Pacific Northwest guys. Like none of them will ever. Every one of them is like, no, like Cigar Chapel's my homie. Broadway's my homie. Like everybody is so connected and so wonderfully like community. I love it. I wish I could move there actually.
So
Jeremy, tell the story of the bourbon real quick and let's close out.
So I am a huge fan of Deschutes Brewery. It is my favorite beers. They do fantastic things. John's got the Jubel right there that they release annually in the wintertime, and then once they do the once a decade of that beer. So when I was up there last time, I had read about the fact that they were releasing a whiskey. They had partnered up with a distillery, and they were taking their Black Butte Porter, and then they were distilling the Black Butte Porter instead of being like a lot of these beer breweries will like distill stuff and aged in their stout barrels or whatever. This was actually it's Black Butte Porter distilled down and then aged in American oak whiskey barrels. And so I was talking to John about it, and it was released. This was the second time they had ever released this. And John actually went to the brewery and waited in line to get me a bottle of it, so that because I'm such a fanboy of the brewery, and I love that. That's my like porter. If I'm going to drink a porter, it's going to be Black Butte. So it was super cool because that shows the relationship is far beyond cigars, you know. And I think that's a testament to what Cigar Chapel represents. Is it's about community. It's about church, right? Like-minded people coming together, experiencing life together, enjoying it together. And that dude waited in line for me and then sent me a bottle of this whiskey. So I wanted to crack it and enjoy it tonight because I wanted to enjoy it tonight, because it's Bend, Oregon, but more so it's John and it's the Cigar Chapel and our relationship. I mean, how many retailers would do that? How many friends would do that for friends? Wait in a line to get a bottle of whiskey and then send it to them in California. That means something.
Jeremy.
Brandon,
I would do it for you.
You my man.
Yeah.
And one day I might call on you. Get me some heady topper.
Oh, is
right?
Is that Columbus?
Yeah,
No,
that's not that far.
Brandon's got to go through me no matter what.
Right. Right. It all comes through. But my point being true that there's actually a relationship that has been developed outside of cigars. I mean, John has sent us so many, Tony and I, funny videos and stuff after his dog was being neutered.
Dog. Oh, that dog.
Yeah. And there's just a friendship now. It doesn't have to do, it was birthed from cigars, but now we're just friends, and Cody jumps in every once in a while when I do cigars and coffee, or I do on Monday mornings, or I do Wednesday, I do a Zoom where everyone can join in. It doesn't matter. It's friends just connecting with friends. And that's what this entire industry is about. And they're the prime example of what that plays out is that you actually just create friends. So
that's why Cigar Chapel amongst most have become the most successful. When you're not thinking about business and you're thinking about friends. I think that's very important.
I think that what I'm looking most forward to is when we're in a post-COVID world, John, and we can bring Four Shots the show out to Bend, Oregon, and do a Four Shots night. Of
what a disaster!
What a disaster that will be!
What a lovely disaster that's going to be.
It will just be it'll be a shit show. I'll live stream the whole thing from my phone. It will be wild.
You better come with us.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying I will come, but I will have my phone. We'll live stream the whole episode.
Well, Tony, how would he live stream it if he wasn't there?
He's drunk. He doesn't know. He's disappearing. he's
slowly. Hold on.
Drinking.
I love you all.
Love you all. So, John, where can people find a list of events and information to follow Cigar Chapel if they're out there on the West Coast and they wanted to check you out, or if they wanted to fly from another country and quarantine for 2 weeks but come to one of your events?
Our Instagram is usually our hottest account that we put things into. Facebook and Twitter and such.
Awesome. So, guys, look up the Cigar Chapel. If you're listening to the podcast, I'll put the links in the show notes so you can check out John and his amazing work that he's doing out there on the West Coast. Tony and Jeremy, where can we find you guys?
So you can find me at the California Hillbilly on Instagram, and that's it, because I'm not on any other platform because I refuse. So follow me on the California Hillbilly. If you're available tomorrow morning, which is every Wednesday morning, go on to Instagram and see the post. Join us live, and we just smoke together. We hang out, we drink coffee, and we smoke every Wednesday. So if you want to see me in the flesh, come in on Wednesday. And
yeah. Oh, man. Tony is sending me some pictures right now that I am saving to my hard drive.
I am.
No, not you. Not you, Tony. Tony Monahan, who was just on.
Oh boy, those are dangerous pictures.
A big shout out to Tony for being on the show. He didn't want to come on at first. He changed his mind. He must like what he saw. Had to get in on the action. So that was awesome.
Tony is such a modest dude, and we pay him compliments, and he blows it off, just like John does, because that's what humble people do. But they've both done something very well.
I'll tell you.
We know. And that's the beauty
I'm
of
so
Cody
humbled
is
today
Cody's.
that I'm going to give John's store away all week. Anybody that listens to the podcast can get 25% off Caldwell products down at back all week.
Good thing it's called
Shameless
Barbara.
plug.
We're gonna set it.
Call Cooper or hit one of us up on Instagram and get 25% off Caldwell for the rest of the week.
Okay, but the way
And La Barba.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that Jeremy says it, okay.
Okay, but they
throwing
have
you
to
to the
say the
wolves.
code word. They have to have the coupon code. The coupon code is what was the thing that the guy said to the I'm big and scary? They say
No. It's got to be Grand Theft Auto. Code
Grand
word.
Theft. Oh, they gotta say
Grand Theft Auto, one word.
Grand Theft Auto.
If you have any problems, call John.
On that note, I'm gonna play this video. Oh, what is this shit, man? Oh God, I'm getting video, guys. I'm being DM'd videos by Tony Monahan right now that I wish that I could just.
So before you play them,
let's see if I can just play this.
We're Brandon. We're at an hour 30, so let's end the show.
No, wait. I'm not ending the show just yet. Hold on, wait.
Okay.
Before we end the show,
me on the bike?
Hold on a second. I don't want to say.
I'm excited. That's all I can say is I'm excited.
Let's see if I get the right. Did I get? Oh nope. That's
shit. This is gonna get
there I am in the right.
That was a weird Inception moment we just had where
we are within ourselves and then within
Let
ourselves.
me see if I can get it right. This. God damn it! I can't get it.
Oh,
what is happening?
No.
One more time. I'm trying to get it.
What he's trying to
There
show.
There we go. Okay. Here, this is some interesting.
I had been drinking. I drank a bottle of Jameson, and then I took a kid's bike and stole it and his helmet, and I was like riding around the parking lot.
I'm glad you took the
me.
helmet.
Cigar
I mean, you
Chapel
took the
way.
helmet. That was
at Tony's event, and that 100% happened. And then that night, that was a good night too. That was a good night.
That's a strong contender for shot number 7. I have to say that
I think we should invite people to the after show right now to explain the rest of the story.
All right, we're closing this out. Thank you all.
I'm doing a shot. I don't care if y'all.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce shot is happening right now. On this shot, we're going to go out. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for being in the chat tonight, everybody. If you want to possibly be the face of shot number 7 or 8, please email me at 4shotshow@gmail.com. I'll put it in if I like it, if it's good, if it's funny. The funniest thing will get in at shot number 7 and 8. Check us out on iTunes and Spotify and anywhere you can get your podcast in the after show. And we are here, though, live on YouTube and Facebook every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Thank you, Cigar Chapel. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. And thank you for Tony for being on Shoot Your Shot. What's that?
Wow, that was very good.
I'm good at what I fucking do, bro. I'm good at what
very good.
I'm good at what I
good at this.
I'm very fucking good.
I'm very impressed.
Let's
Tony,
take the
grab
shot.
your shot. Let's do it.
Let's do the shot. I'm doing Johnny Walker. Let's do the shot and let's end the show. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.